of a reward as well as the giving of a punishment. Gemel. It's all about the two sides of the coin. The interesting thing, though, that the earliest known picture of this gemel, when you look at it in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, which I don't have it here, but it's the picture of a foot. It's just this little line, and it looks as if a foot. And because of that, in the Hebrew, it's understood that the gemel deals with motion. It deals with one walking or one running. In fact, when you begin to break it down a little further, the root of the word, the name of the letter gemel would be the gemel mem, would be the root of this letter. Mem represents the water, a source. It's a source of life. And so therefore, whenever you see this Hebrew letter gemel, it's literally carrying with it the idea of one who is walking or running to the water. One who is running to the source. Why do you think Yahweh makes the statement that he's the fountain of living water? Yeshua in the New Testament says, if you drink of me, you'll never thirst again. Why? He's the source. He's the fountain of living water. Why is the focus on 3, the Gemel? It's all about teaching Israel. You should be running to the source of living water because he's here. Amen? And we find that the choice was theirs, though. How many realize Yahweh's a gentleman? He won't press himself on you. He'll be here. He lets you know, hey, it's Shabbat. Remember that one day a week that I set aside as this divine appointment and I promised to be here? I'm here, just letting you know. But you get to choose as the bait. You get to choose if you're going to enter in. You get to choose how close you get to the door, how much you come in, how fast you run to that source of living water. And so we find that depending on how Israel chooses to come before Yahweh, it's going to determine whether they receive blessings or curses, life or death. Because remember, to turn their back on the house, the door that's been offered, abad, it means destruction. They'll perish. They'll be destroyed. They choose, though, whether they're going to receive blessings or curses. Will they run to the living water, the source, the one who's able to sustain them, or will they choose, like Egypt, to be destroyed by turning their back and refusing to enter in? Wow. I was reminded of Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. He makes this statement, "For my people have committed 2 evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water, and they've hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water." Well, let's look at that word cisterns, because not only have they chosen to turn their back on the source, they're not running towards the water, it seems that they're running away from it, but they've also chosen to find another source, a broken cistern that can hold no water. But that's what they're choosing to draw from. That's what they're choosing to run towards, to look to as their source. Well, the word cisterns in Hebrew, it's Strong's number 877, it's the word bore. Cistern, pit, or well, but notice the way it's spelled. Beit, Aleph, Resh. Beit, Aleph. Well, isn't that interesting? It's the name of the Torah portion. Bo, enter, go. It's all about the bride entering into the house of her husband. Connected to this bo, we have the letter Resh. The letter Resh means head. In other words, what he begins to reveal to us is the sin that his people are guilty of is not only have they forsaken the source of their living water, but instead they've forsaken that in order to bow, to enter into and be joined to another head, another Resh, another husband. And so instead of running the Gemel, running to the source of their living water, they choose to go to another source, another head, another figure that they'll pour their worship upon, but it's a broken cistern. It's not a source. It can't sustain them. And we find that this becomes the emphasis of these final 3. The message is becoming quite clear at this point to Israel. Egypt's destroyed. You can't stay here even if you want to. There's nothing left. It's destroyed. Egypt is completely annihilated. It's done away with. Yet now you have a choice. Are you going to stay here and sit in this destruction? Are you going to bow? Are you going to enter in? These are the choices. Amen? This becomes the emphasis of these final 3. He makes a statement concerning what things I have wrought in Egypt and my signs which I have done among them, that you may know that I am Yahweh, in Exodus chapter 10, verse 2.